Afternoon, everyone. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations the Podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna. What's up, y'all?
How everybody out there doing today? Tell me how you feel.
I'm pretty good, and you?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I'm kind of ecstatic about today's
Okay.
episode.
hmm
Um, as you know, this is the final episode of season 3 of Situations the Podcast, so I feel good about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we've 3 seasons in already. I think we're headed in the right direction with the podcast. I'm pretty sure season 4 is going to be more of a turn up. I think we should
Okay.
turn up a little bit more for season 4. What you think?
Start it up.
Yeah, I think season 4 we should turn up a notch and give the people what they want. But I must say, you know, we wouldn't be. I don't think we'd be where we are today if it wasn't for the support that we've been getting for the show. For the
Right.
people that's tuning in, people that's commenting, people that's locked in with us every week. And I just want to say thank you
Right.
to those people that's been
Thank
supportive of it.
y'all.
Right. I appreciate that. And I really appreciate everybody that's been tuning in and locked in with us. So, as you all know, today is our final episode of season 3. And we figured, we'd do something a little different for season 3. The end of season 3, I should say. We figured we'd bring you guys the best of season 3. So, what we did was we went back throughout the whole entire season and took moments from previous episodes, and we're gonna bring those episodes to you guys today, whether it was a funny moment that made us laugh or something serious that we took from that individual. So that's basically what we're
Right.
gonna be doing today. Okay. So before we even get started with that, I just want to ask you a quick question. What was your take on
Okay.
season 3?
I definitely felt like it was more turned up. I think we're progressing great. I think it was like a great balance of, like you said, being funny and serious and raising awareness, of
Right,
different things, and letting people utilize the platforms, tell their stories.
right, right. I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think, like I said, I really believe that we're going in the right direction
Yeah.
with this podcast. I'm not trying to say I'm not saying anything bad about any other body's podcasters or how they do
Right.
their content. But
hmm
this with this podcast, our motto is real, raw, and authentic. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I kind of wanted to remain that way. So I
hmm
think that that will open up some doors for us going into season
Right.
4. Um, let me ask you this: who was your favorite guest from season 3 that
Oh,
stood out the most to you?
I'm gonna say addiction stood at the most. Yes, she did.
Yeah, addiction. She was yeah, yeah. She was
Definitely a
something else.
handful.
She was something else for sure.
But I
So
just really liked her. I liked her energy. You know what I'm saying? People could, they gonna judge us. Everybody's just gonna get judged by anything. People get online and get the, you know, internet bullying or whatever they doing. But I just really liked that she was smart. You know what I'm saying? She was funny. And
right,
then she was talking about, helping other people as well. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what field of work you in. You know what I'm saying? If you can give somebody some tips on what to do or what not to do or whatever, it's going to help guide them in a better direction. You know what I'm saying? And we all need
absolutely,
that. So,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah, I really like
well,
that about her.
yeah. I mean, I loved everything about her too. I loved her transparency. I
Yeah.
loved her energy. Her energy
Yeah.
was like top
It
notch.
was.
So it's always good to have people like that and have guests like that on the platform.
Right.
So um okay, well let me see. Whether it was a guest or not, what topic you think sparked a lot of debate with this podcast for season 3?
I don't know if I can recall exactly, but it would have to be with when we were dealing with the male versus female, like
Right,
versus of the sexes.
right,
Yeah, it was getting kind of heated.
right, right. I think I also think that the episode where we talked about um high value,
Yeah, absolutely.
the high value episode, you know,
Right.
sparked a lot of stuff online. I don't know whether it was
Yeah.
on our Instagram page or mainly like on
Yeah.
our TikTok account. You know,
Right.
we had people going over that episode. You
Yeah.
know, but you know,
I,
hey,
I think I think we can put that one in the category with like religion, politics, and all that too, because people gonna have their own definition of what high value is.
right,
And it really it don't be having nothing to do with material stuff. That'd be like the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
But that's what a lot of people, they gravitate to and thrive off what they see first.
right,
When you should actually being able, what I'm saying, to take time out with the person to see if y'all actually have something in common. And if you both are of high value or of any value for that matter.
right. So let me ask you, uh, going into season 4,
hmm
what episode you think you would like to revisit, or we can reduplicate some type of way going into season 4?
Um, I really enjoy. I wasn't here for Danny Boy, but I was tuned in and Q Ball.
Right.
Just
Okay.
when people look at celebrities, they forget that they're real people.
Right.
And I'm glad that we provide a safe platform where we're not judging people and we're giving them the open floor to speak how they want to. Because a lot of times you really don't get to tell your story, or when you do, it's cut and edited however they want to see fit. And
Right.
still can make you look in a crazy or bad light, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what narrative they want to spin on you. So I would just say if we could get more people to come on, you know what I'm saying, like that, more celebrities, more things raising awareness that are of seriousness,
Right.
maybe autism or just some more different topics that's gonna raise awareness, and then some other things where we can have a good time too.
Right. Right. Well, with that being said, you know what we need to do for season 4. Then we need to get out there and
I
we need to
know.
push more marketing. You know,
Yeah.
that way we can get more celebrities to be a part of the platform. You know.
Right.
Okay, so um, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go from 6 down to 1.
Okay.
When I say 6 down to 1, I mean as far as
hmm
the episode that brought the most
Right.
um,
Okay.
energy to the show.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
so with that being said, we're gonna run our first clip that
Okay.
brought us some sort of laughter or some sort of education toward um, the platform.
Our audience. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the cultural impact. Do you feel your work as a dancer and a model influence how people perceive your work or your music?
Yes, I feel like 100%. And I kind of like that because, like, I want to advocate more for the dancers. Because, like I said, we have a lot of stereotypes on us, and I want to make the stereotypes more, like, just better. I don't know. Like,
Uh,
strippers are bad bitches, not sluts.
Rejection and criticism in an industry that is so highly competitive. How do you deal with it?
Yeah, you definitely, no matter what, any dancer, you're gonna go past so much rejection, and you just really have to keep in mind that each no gets you closer to your next
To your
yes.
yes, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely,
and you can never take anything personal, even though a lot of times, like, customers might say something that really hurts your feelings, that really hurts you deep, but you just gotta be like, you're just a customer at the club, you know. I'm sure they have stuff that bothers them just as much. Like, we're all human, honestly. So, and it
Exactly.
really doesn't matter whatever your flaws are, whatever you're insecure about. You're still a badass bitch at the end of the day. So,
Right.
and you shouldn't be. It goes back to not really caring what anyone thinks, also.
Right. Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. They right there in there with you. They keep
Yeah.
coming back, so they like something there.
Apparently, it's something they like.
Right. You know
Okay.
what? I was like with her, no matter what, she stood on badass bitches.
Right. Absolutely. She made sure. She
She
made sure
stood
she
on
was gonna
that.
stress that point.
I swear.
And but one thing I could say about that episode was it was kind of enlightening a little bit to me because for her to be as young as she was,
Yeah.
the things that she said was
Right.
absolutely 100% on point.
Right. She just wasn't aloof. She wasn't no dummy going in with no
Right.
sense of, reality or what's going on around her or anything like that. Like she really was smart.
Right. Right.
And that's what I was gonna say. I definitely like that because you know, um, I just think that this generation that's out now, I think they are really more smart, but they have access to more information and everything.
Right. Yeah. Well, one thing I want to say, just shout out to Nikki Smokes. You know, just keep doing your thing. Keep progressing. You know.
Yes, Nikki.
um. Okay, that was so we brought that in as at number 6.
Okay.
Okay. If you had to pick one moment from this season that defines our podcast, which one would it be?
I would say Q.
One
Because
hundred
he
percent.
exemplified everything that we stood for. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
One
And
hundred percent.
he still kept his poise about everything. He had his own, perspective on things too. And he stood up, for the things that he done and he had receipts to back everything up.
Right.
And I think that's what we do. Like you said, everybody might be doing this or their podcast might be trending for that big topic but we're staying true to who we are.
Okay. So, um, how do you think we've grown from season 1 up until now, season 3?
I think you could just look at the podcast, episodes and see the growth on, how
Right.
from the first guest on up, the topics are becoming more in depth, and more interesting. And um, I think we just get excited, to keep going versus like when you started, you can't be, oh, well, let's see how it go. And it's like,
Right.
no, we know how it's gonna go. I mean, we can't say what a guest's gonna say or do when they get on there, but I think we have more control, over the logistics and how everything is flowing. And we're like, okay, come on, let's
Right.
go.
And to just piggyback off what you said a little bit was, no matter what the guests say,
Right,
this is a no judgment free zone here. You know
right,
what I mean? So no matter what topics they want to discuss or no matter what they want to talk about,
right.
they're more than welcome to do so. Also, I want to add that the subscriptions,
Yeah,
the subscriptions are steady growing.
yep,
The podcast, the likes are coming. People are
hmm,
commenting. People are sharing.
right.
If I'm not mistaken, this last week we had like 2.8 thousand people tuned in. And these are
That's what's up.
analytics that's coming from YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So um, that's also a sign
right.
of the maturity of the podcast and the direction that we're going in.
Yeah,
Okay, that was number 6. Let's move
right.
on to number 5. This is our number
Okay.
5 guest. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations, the podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Tiana. What's up, everybody?
Tiana, how you feeling today?
I'm doing all right. What about you?
I'm good. I'm good. As you
Okay.
know, another episode of Situation the Podcast. But today we have a special guest that's going to be joining us today.
Ooh,
So
okay.
yeah. So we got a rising artist. Uh,
Hmm.
that's she's an upcoming rapper. She's
Okay.
had pretty much made a name for herself in the music industry. So without
Hmm.
further ado, I'm gonna let's bring her in. Let's bring in Nia Diamond.
Hi.
Hi.
Nia,
Hey,
How
what's
are
going on? How
beautiful.
you
you?
feeling today?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh no, my pleasure, my pleasure. Anytime I can catch a rising star in the making, why not give you a platform, give you a chance to tell the world about who you are and what it is that you do.
No, that's
Okay.
right.
So before we get started, Nia, just kind of introduce yourself to those that may not be familiar with who you are. Kind of tell us give us a little background about you.
Um, well, I'm Mia Diamond. I'm a singer, a actor, a songwriter, um, a rapper. First,
Okay,
Jesus, I really know a lot. Like I really pretty much do everything. Anything I put my man to is just up. Simple.
okay, that's what's up. Next 5 years, where do you see yourself?
Next 5 years on a
Yes.
yacht. I don't know. Probably doing. I don't know on a yacht. Maybe smoking weed or doing coke or something. I don't
That baby said she living a rock star lifestyle. You hear me?
know. I might buy
Oh
an
my
island, so
goodness.
I feel like fuck it. Who knows? I don't know. Now for real, just living. I don't know. I just want to be stress free. I want to have. I don't want no wrinkles in my face. I have a plan in case the original plan don't work, but the original plan gonna work. So we ain't even gonna discuss the other plans. We ain't gonna discuss like B through Z.
Right, right.
But
Right. We
yes,
gonna
my
wait.
plan is just to be on a yacht in a. I just need just one 5 bedroom house, just one house. A small one. I'll take the biggest, smallest one they got.
What the hell is the biggest, smallest? Wait a minute. You say you gonna take the what?
I'll take the biggest.
The biggest, smallest one they
I'll take the
got,
biggest. I will take the biggest small house that they have.
huh? Okay.
Just a little 5 bedroom joint. We not gonna go crazy and get like 10 and 12 bedrooms. I don't even know that many people for real. So give us a little 5 bedroom house, and it could be like really big but small. You feel me? Like it ain't even gotta take up that much land.
No, that's right.
But I need 5 rooms now. And let me see. I see myself, wealthy and healthy, like healthier. I see myself still living. That's really why I see myself. It's so much death going on. Like I'm just,
I
man, I'm
swear.
just. Oof. That's why I'm trying to, yeah, Bella out of
And that's
Chicago.
that's why you gotta have fun with it. You gotta have fun with it, be
Mm,
creative, and just think about all that. Man, I'm out here. I get to do the shit that I love. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gotta be your mindset
exactly.
and be happy about it. Cause it's people that don't even have a choice or people don't let their dreams fall by the wayside. Like you get to get up and choose to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and you got a voice and you actually got the talent to do it. It's like you winning already. You just gotta keep on putting what you want to put out from your perspective. And that's the thing about having the freedom of speech, you know. You get to
Right.
say how you want to say it, create it how
You
you want
get,
to say it,
yes,
and do it.
you get to wake up every day and choose your own life. I just really want to be here in
Yeah,
5 years, be
yeah.
able to. Just, I want to enjoy every little bit.
Okay. That's not a
But that's
bad
what
way
I'm
to look
saying.
at it.
What a person is right. But it's like when you getting up and you get to choose saying, I'm going to the studio today or I'm finna go in here and make a banger, it's like that's a great feeling. You know what I'm saying? Versus you
And then
not
for you
being
to
able to
have
do
that
that.
choice, for you to
Right.
have
That's what
that
I'm
choice
saying.
to just do it.
That's
And maybe I'm gonna
that's what
stay in
I'm
bed
saying.
today. The financial
That's what I'm
freedom of it
saying.
all. And it's
I got a
pretty
question
though.
for you, Nia.
What's up?
Tell us something about you that no one knows.
Um,
They're like, oh shit.
shucks. Jesus Christ.
Well, we know him.
Yeah, we sure do. I hope so. You know what? I hope so. I sure do hope so. Um, shit. Oh. I think everybody know that, but I mean, for the people who don't, I'm a chubby chaser.
And that mean what? What's your perspective of that?
Oh, I like. I mean, you gotta be over like three something to see something. Like you gotta be like fat to mess with me. I love fat men. Like
Okay.
I love dating. Like I love dating heavier people. Um, I don't know. Hell.
I mean, that's kind of interesting. Let's talk about that for a minute. That's interesting. I've never heard someone worded that way before.
Really? I love fat guys. I love that shit.
What is it that you love?
I,
You know, like Okay, so you don't need a blanket. They a blanket. They just all plush, and I don't know.
I've definitely, I've definitely heard the women say it.
You
I
get up
love me
under
a
there,
big
and it's
nigga.
like,
That's what they say.
man, laying with a skinny nigga is like laying on the ground in the woods for real. That's like with no blanket. That's just
Oh my goodness, baby got a stick
it's
figure.
like, and then on top of that, I'm a thick woman, so it's like, why would I want to lay on a stick like a bed with no supplement in it, like nothing in there, no content in there, like there's no stuff in there. It's like sleeping on a chair.
Mia said, "Give me something to hold on to."
Now is that only now? I heard that only apply in the wintertime. Now, how's that in the summertime?
I used to say, I mean, you got air conditioning, don't you?
Exactly.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but see,
Oh my goodness, Mia was a mess.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Well, she kept it 100 though. She said she like her a big nigga. You got to.
Well,
What she
she,
say? You got to be. What she say? You got to be three something to see something or something. She said.
yep, she definitely had a clear vision about everything she wanted. So,
Right. For those that's
oh my
tuned in
goodness.
right now, this is our end of season 3 episode. So what we're doing is we're showing previous clips from season 3 that brought us laughter, or one of our special guests had a positive message. So we thought we would run those particular clips back to end our season 3, going into our next season. Okay, Thiana,
Yeah.
let's talk about Nia for a minute.
Okay.
Um, I think I think she really understood what she wanted in life and how she wanted
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, I think she really had a clear vision on that.
Right.
Also, I think with her hard work and her dedication, I think she can get there. I really think she
Me
can
too.
get there.
Yeah.
So I want to say big shout out to Nia Diamond.
Yeah.
Okay, that was Nia came in at number 5.
Okay.
So we're gonna move right along to our next memorable moment for
All right.
season 3. Um, well, let me ask you this: when an older woman is dating a younger man, do you think they're looking for something casual or something serious?
I think it could be both,
I feel like it
definitely.
could go both ways.
Okay, I agree.
It just depends on what you're looking for. Because for the woman, if she's older, if she's been married before or the life experience or everything, she done raised her kids, she might not want no commitments no more. Just want to live a carefree life at this point in her life.
Right.
Because she's been
Yes.
committed to everything and she's probably had to put some things on hold that she wanted to do or pursue
you know, if she was married, if she was a mom, if she was, so her time wasn't really hers. Now that she's free, she might not want no commitment, but still want a companion.
Yes.
It depends on the person.
What's your take, Sean?
And I'm going to go back because I've had a little experience on this, but in my experience, when I was 20, in my 20s, I dated somebody in their 60s. And
Wait a
I
minute.
would
Wait,
cared
wait.
about
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Ah!
I
Now,
did.
let's now
Oh my
rewind
goodness.
that again.
When I was in
Okay.
20s, somebody in their 60s. And I'm gonna tell you, he was the best. That man had, and see, that's what I say. He had everything. He helped me out through life. He was doing this. He was doing that. He was a great person. You know, what I mean, when I tell you we had fun together, I cared about him deeply. You know, what I mean, it wasn't about what he did for me or how he did anything for me, but he was just very set. I mean, he had everything he needed and he was a good person, you know what I mean? And he loved being with me. I was his biggest prize, you know? So he treated me the way that I was supposed to be treated, where I probably
Right.
wouldn't have got that from a younger man. And I wasn't getting it
Right.
from him. But even though the person I was at 20, you know, and I still wasn't getting it from the younger man, he just was such a good guy. But what he always told me was he would never get married again. He said, I'll never get married again. And I was like, well, you know, I've never been married, you know? So I was like,
See.
do you stick around for that or you don't? I can't do this. Or, you know, I got to take a break from this and come back. And then maybe if I came back to it, maybe, but I need to, you know, do me and
Right.
then, you know, see if there's somebody out there for me to marry. You know what I mean? And that's what
Right.
I did, you
So
know?
let me ask you this: you 20, he's 60.
Hmm.
You were seriously considering marrying this man if he was looking to get married?
Married him. I'd have married him. Yeah.
Okay.
He was a great guy. He was a good guy. If he would have cared about me like that, you know, I mean, but he didn't want to get married again. And I look back at it like, you know, he did care about me, but he didn't want to get married again. And I mean, at the end of the day, it would have been a loss for him to marry me because I didn't have anything at the time to be financially stable for him. Is like if you would have married me, you know, what am I really putting into the relationship except for a beautiful person that is here for you? You know, I mean, it just was nothing. To me, and a lot of guys say they don't care about what a woman has. Can't take somebody that's 20 years old and expect them to be on the same mental compass as you. You know what I mean? Because it's not.
Right.
Absolutely no.
And
And me, myself, at that time,
they
I
know
knew
that.
that. And they should know that too. You
Hmm.
know, it's not gonna work out.
They
That's why I
do.
say I'll
They
never work
know.
out.
Okay. What was your take on
Ooh.
that episode?
Baby had that 40-piece dash in between.
uh yeah, she said if he was ready,
Oh
she
man.
definitely would have married him.
Yeah.
Uh,
But that's what
uh,
I was saying. You know, when people are older, they have different experiences. Their perspective and outlook is different now. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And maybe she could have grown into a great wife for him, but he's like, I put my time in. That's it.
Yeah. That episode, that now see that episode, it wasn't really nothing funny about that particular episode.
Right.
It was more of a learning.
Informative.
It was a
Right. It was
informative
informative.
learning, a learning process because
Yeah.
you know the way she said, "Oh yeah, I would have married him." Oh yeah, that was
Mhm.
funny. You know
Right.
the way she projected that, but
Mhm.
that episode there, you know, like I said, it was very informative. So that's why she came
Yeah.
in at number 4 for
Yeah.
season 3. Okay, give me 1 second.
Looking to boost your brand? Advertise with Situations, the podcast where real life stories meet real time conversations. Reach engaged listeners and grow your business today.
Okay, like I said, that came in at number 4. So
Okay.
let me ask you this one question.
Mhm.
What do you think are some constructive criticisms or lessons we've embraced to improve the show? Or do you even think we have any?
I don't know. I can't say that we have any because we're showing up each week, with
Okay.
the same mindset of doing an amazing job, providing great content and, being a safe platform and space for the people to come through, and say what they need to say.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna move right along. We're gonna move
Okay.
on into our number third spot.
Okay.
So, so give me 1 second. What can you give us to close out with?
Um, just look, y'all. Don't worry about the distractions. Don't worry about the distractions because it will be a whole lot of things, people, and whatever that will try to distract you to not reach your goals. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Think about yourself first. Put yourself first. That's what I had to start doing. And once I start putting myself first, the product of me doing that is what y'all seeing today. You know what I'm saying? Like all these radio stations that I'm on, all these people that I'm meeting, I'm going to celebrities' private residences, hearing music. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. You know, I used to give out and show a lot of love to people. You know what I'm saying? Not caring that if I got it back or not, because that's just me, you know. But right now, all the love and all that I used to give, I give it to myself.
Right.
I give it to myself. I celebrate me. You know what I'm saying? Some people may feel like I'm arrogant. Some people may feel like I'm throwing stuff in their face. Some people may feel whatever they feel. But I'm going to say this to those people. Do something with yourself. Then you won't feel like that.
Right.
Do something with
Right.
yourself. Because it ain't nothing nobody doing on Facebook to make me feel like I ain't doing shit. I promise you.
Right.
I promise you. It ain't a soul on Facebook to make me feel like I ain't doing shit. Because it's a whole bunch y'all don't even see. It's a bunch y'all don't even see. You know what I'm saying? I only show what I want to show.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So no, there's nothing arrogant about it. There's none of that. I'm just proud of myself, and I'm proud of what I'm doing, and I'm going to celebrate all my successes, like I always say, whether big or small. And if don't nobody like it, it's fine. It's fine. But just stop doing this to yourself and just go on and unfriend me off the page. Because I ain't going to unfriend
Okay.
you. I ain't going to block you or nothing. So stop doing yourself like this. If you don't like how I make you feel by living my life, unfriend me. That's all you got to do.
Right.
That's all you got to do. Because I'm not going to unfriend you. You're going to see these wins and you're not going to see no losses because I'm a private person. You're not going to see no losses. You're going to see all wins. So if you don't want to see that, just close the door. For everybody that has some type of hate or some type of dislike for DJ Q Ball, I love you.
That's what's up. Well,
Yeah, I definitely loved his interview.
right, right, yeah. That he came in at number 3. Once again, some more informative information and somebody
Yeah,
just putting their heart on, putting their heart out there, letting everybody know how they feel about certain situations, and
right. And I had to take a page out of it, and I was listening because I wasn't putting myself first. And when you have kids, and even when you have kids, your mom or grandmother, whoever, people in the family, people around you, you got to put the kids first. If you keep putting the kids first, your kids can't take care of you.
right,
So you got to set yourself up. You know what I'm saying, to keep pouring into them and other people around you.
right,
So I was like,
absolutely,
okay.
absolutely.
And it
So,
was,
so,
it
so
was,
you learned something from that episode, right?
I did because my
Okay,
whole thing was, and not saying I didn't ever do anything for myself or, push to accomplish a goal or whatever, because I have, but it was like, I just want to do it unapologetically and guilt free.
right,
You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody do what they want to do. Even with my kids, they do what they want to do. They're older, they're 18 and 23. So I'm like, I get to do what I want to do too, unapologetically. But it's like every time I'm trying to do something, everybody got something to say about it. And I'm like, you all like, look, you doing what you doing, I'm doing what I'm doing. Everybody should be happy. That's it.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Well, like I say, as you know, it makes me feel good that you say you learned something from it. So
Yeah.
that mean we're doing something right. If one person can learn something from one guest,
Right.
that's a win. That's a plus for us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right. And I had
that's
got it. So it was basically confirmation.
right. Right. Okay. Moving forward, going into season 4.
Hmm.
What is one bold direction or one bold statement we can stand on going forward? What do you think we should do that's going to be bold going into season 4?
I don't know, because 2025, I think we gonna walk in. Cat Williams, you got some more premonitions for us? Because, baby,
Right, right.
I don't know. I think 2025 is gonna be a big year. It's like that's what I feel in my energy, my spirit.
Hmm.
So I think with us, just continuing to bring great content,
Right.
being bold. Who knows? We might be in a different setting. You never know.
Well, with you saying that, 2025, I think we're going to have a really, really great year. I think the numbers will be exactly where I think we should be going into 2025.
Okay.
But season 4, just for everybody that's tuned in or going to be tuned in later, season 4 kick
Mhm.
off on the 29th of December. That will be the final. No, wait, that one. Yeah, that'll be the final episode
Mhm.
for the year going into
Okay.
2025. So I just kind
Mhm.
of want to put that information out there. So that we not working next Sunday. We be back on the 29th.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that was DJ Q Ball's episode. He came in
Yeah.
at number 3.
Yeah.
All right. And, okay. Well, let's move right along. Let's move right along to number 2.
Okay.
So with that being said, you know, you being 15, 16 years old around icons such as Tupac and Snoop and Dre during the golden ages, how was that? What type of
Oh,
feeling was that for you at that young of an age?
oh man, like Kev, where we come from, it's just a dream to us. You know what I mean? Especially some of the things and the opportunities we have today. But like back then, you know, my mama had food stamps when it was in the books. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? And
right,
when it was in the box. And not that that's what we thrived off of, but I just want everybody to understand that I come from a place, the west side of Chicago, with it being only a dream for me to get on stage and be around those kind of people. I was around Death Row, man, and Snoop Dogg and them when Snoop first came, when they came out with his album. They were working, I think the first record, whatever, the first record. And I didn't know much about rap. You know what I mean? The only rap I knew was thinking, people that I was around. I was like a church boy, and I was like kind of dropped off in the middle of hip hop. And to even know, it took a minute to know, like, wait a minute, like this is Snoop that everybody's talking about, Dr. Dre. They had all of the radios bumping and videos on television, and then for me to be around that at that young age, man, that was
right,
nothing but a blessing.
right. Okay, okay. So now, okay, we got chat here. Mom said, "Nephew, looking good." Shout out to my
Hey,
mom.
T,
Thanks for tuning in, Mom. She said she really loved that song as well.
love you.
Okay, since we on love,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you know which way I'm going with this.
come on with it.
Let's talk about the relationship with Mary J. Blige for a second. Tell
Shit.
how did that become a thing? How did what inspired that? I mean, how did that even become about?
Um, you know, The first time we was in New York, and I was there with Suge, and just like a typical night being around Suge. All the ladies is around, and by the end of the night, Suge said that Mary wanted to see me. He didn't really say her. He said, "Oh, girl, want to see you. Come back upstairs." And when I went back up there, that's when I found out that it was Mary that wanted to see me. And I kind of spoke in my book, "Stranded on Death Row," saying some things about it. And as you heard in other shows that I've done, I talked about, I think I was about close to 16 years old, and she came on to me, and from there, I'm trying to see how safe to keep this,
No,
or
no, no. Hey,
or how to.
our platform. I mean, you can be as open as possible, but I know I understand it from your perspective. But we you can speak freely here. You know what I'm saying? No judgment whatsoever because I know people gonna want to know. People see, but and the reason I'm asking you this because I'm pretty sure you asked this. You've been asked this question 1,000 times. But your following is different than my following. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? So we all have a different following. So I'm sure some of the following that follow me might not know nothing about this.
right. So she came on to me. We was drinking, and you know, she laid her head on my lap, and she was like, "Shit." Within the next that night was the first night that she and I, you know, had a sexual relationship, um, or got acquainted, I guess I should say. And several times after that, and now that I look, some of the things that's kind of like going on with today. You know what I
Okay.
mean? This industry. I'm gonna be honest. Uh, you just got to be careful. A lot of people kind of was mad at me when I spoke on those things. Uh, especially being that it's on every media and people are saying things to me like hitting me up and involving me other things that people have going on as far as what we see in social media today.
Right.
Now that I look at it, it's things that I wish I wouldn't have said. It was the truth. It is the truth. I stand on it. That's why you'll probably never hear Mary say anything about it. Uh, and that's really it. That's really it. How I feel about it is a little different than what I felt about it. When I talked about it in the recent years.
Okay.
Uh,
So
the industry.
did that change the dynamic between you and Mary? Have you spoke to her recently or have she reached out to you or how does that work?
I married since since during that time. I seen her a little bit after when she did this like meet and greet at George's Music Room. But up to date, nah, she hasn't said anything, and I don't I'm not quite sure if there's anything that she could say or would say.
Right.
You know, keep their name clear when it comes to certain things. Uh, I've always been vocal on who I am and what I've experienced. I've always been vocal about it. So it's a little weird. It's just weird now that I think of it because it's
Right.
like I said, it's especially young people that we seeing now that it's cute to talk about, but it's like really nobody that's really like looking out for young people to make sure that they protect it. Uh, and I guess that's why we seeing all this bullshit that we're seeing going on right now with different artists.
Well, dealing with somebody iconic as Mary J. Blige, did it affect you personally and professionally?
I definitely think me talking about it, it closed some doors. A lot of people say, hey, those doors are, as they like to use the old word blackball, probably from some things that I've said. Um, you know, It's hard to, especially to our community, to say to give an opinion out loud because, like you say, everybody look at Mary as the queen of R&B and hip hop. So anything that I've said, it wasn't to tarnish anything that's of who she is,
Right.
but I stand on, like, I just wish sometimes that, me being in the music business at such a young age that, somebody was kind of looking out for me at a young age, for real.
Right. But what I don't understand is, you being open, honest, and transparent, and they have an issue with it. Why? If it's the truth, why would you have an issue with someone speaking the truth? Why you just don't come forth and be woman enough to say, yeah, I did that, and
Well,
move on?
it's the danger of what people are seeing right now, the whole minor thing. So everybody do things to protect themselves, and to make themselves look like a certain person. And it's, no pun intended, you know. Uh, it's a weird music game, especially now. Different things is going around. I'm seeing, on social media. Uh, I think it has a lot to do. People won't, they kind of keep hands off because I get a lot of, man, was you a part of this and was you a part of that? Hell no, not at all.
Are you
And all
speaking
the
on?
things that
The Diddy situation?
absolutely, if some questions would know that they don't really know nothing about me, who I was with Suge or to Suge. It was like literally a big brother or a father to me. So going to hang around, you know, Puffy or Love Diddy or whatever else, going to hang around him wasn't one of our things.
Okay. All right. So I just want to, because that was going to be my next question to you. Um, as far as I know, you guys being in that industry, and I know Puffy was a big thing back then in these parties that everybody talk about. So we just gonna clear the air. And you have never been involved in none of those type of situations at the parties. Okay. All right.
Like LA, we threw our own parties, man, and it wasn't from what I'm hearing, it wasn't like that.
All right. Well, our co-host tuned in again. She said that people don't like to hear the truth. That's a fact. That's
Yeah.
a fact. I can agree 100%.
Transparency is key, man. Like, even with me writing my book and telling about my life story, lifestyle, it was hard saying some of those things in the beginning. But I'm glad I stood on who I am. It made me feel better about myself. Uh, I sleep well at night, knowing
Right.
that, even some of the coming out now, just talking about, I've talked about those things for years and was ridiculed and called names and different things said in inbox. So it's just kind of, I just sit back and kind of watch the story unfold.
Okay. All right. So let's get back on. Let's talk back about Death Row days, and we're gonna leave that Mary J. Blige subject alone. I had a few more questions I wanted to talk to you and ask you about that, but I choose not to. Okay. Because I don't want any more doors closing on you. You know what I'm saying? I want you to
Well,
win, bro. I really do.
I thank you for that, man, and I appreciate that, and that's even one of the things that I've realized out of my transparency and me talking about those things. Uh, I learned that music opened doors that, you know, and not only music, but God opened doors that nobody can close. You know what I mean? So I just appreciate like you respecting that, and I appreciate like even saying that out loud because people kind of hear some interviews and and they'll unfriend you over certain things. So I just appreciate that, Ken.
Oh no, for sure, for sure. Like I say, this our platform. That we not about trying to humiliate anyone. We are a platform that we raw, we real, and we authentic. You know what I mean? So when we bring guests on, we want you to be as open as possible. But a person of your magnitude, you know, I wouldn't dare try to put you in a situation to where you can't eat.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that to you. Okay. That was kind of deep. What you think about that
It was.
episode?
that's what I was saying. Like, with people, still trying to remain authentic to who they are and their celebrity. You know, sometimes you just out in the tabloids. You just a hot topic. All
Right,
year round, and it's like, do you even get to tell, you know, your side of the story? But him just staying authentic and just standing on, the truth and his beliefs and everything like that was cool. I think as far as like what he was saying with the Mary J. Blige thing, yeah, it happened, but I don't think it's a lot of women going out there. Maybe now, but most women not going around talking about who they slept with.
right, right,
So I mean, just celebrity or not, I'm not going around talking about, oh yeah, I slept with him. I slept with him like we did that in the confinements of those walls where we was at. So
right,
that
right,
ain't your business. But I mean, that was his truth. So.
right, right. Well, about that episode, Danny came in at number two. Um,
Hmm.
but I think me personally, I had quite a few more questions I wanted to talk
Okay.
about the Mary J. Blige thing. But I think, when I sit back and I reflected on it,
Right.
and, and I think the way I handled that was, I think the way I handled that was perfect to me.
Me too. Yeah. It was.
Because like I say, like he said, the blackball thing in the industry, I wouldn't dare want to take food off nobody's table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I told him what I told him. I said, well, listen, I understand, I
Right.
respect it. So we're gonna
Hmm.
move on because I don't want to take food off your table. I wouldn't dare do that to you, to him, or no
Right.
one else. You know what I'm saying? If
Right.
if I if I felt some uncomfortable, if I felt
Right.
a guest was uncomfortable about a question
Hmm.
you or I asked, I'm gonna intervene and push it in a different direction.
Yeah, and that's about being a good host. Being attentive,
Right,
watching for body language and, different tones that they use and how they're even approaching to answer. You can tell when somebody comfortable and when they not.
right, right. So I thought looking back on that interview afterwards, and I thought about it. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I think I handled that perfect because you
Yeah.
know, like some of the things that was being said
Mhm.
was kind of leading in that direction. Like, hey, well, I don't, because when he said, well, I don't know how safe this could be or how safe I'm like, hold,
Right.
this is open, you have a safe
Right.
platform here, so when it
Right.
started going in that direction,
Mhm.
I said, okay, well, I'm gonna see how far he's gonna go with it, and
Right.
then I'll bag up. I'm gonna pull away
Right.
from it, in which I did. So,
Right. But that I was gonna
go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
No, no,
I was
go.
just gonna say that just goes to show you, like, Hollywood is a big game. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody trying to get their kids into show business or this and that, you better be standing on some 10 toes down, and don't be so carefree to be sending your kids off to people that you don't even know.
Right,
Talking about camp and this and that, and uh, you know, whatever they doing, artistment development. Okay, well, guess what? Somebody in authority needs to be there that can protect them and that cares for them.
right, right,
And if they not, then why? I remember watching an interview of Chris Brown's one time, and he was saying some type of deal was being offered for him, and he was like, well, could you get on the phone to tell my mama. And the man didn't want to get on the phone and tell his mama. That's the biggest red flag ever. This is a
right,
minor. How
right.
you don't want to
Absolutely.
talk to the mama?
Yeah,
That
you're
means
right.
some type of coercion or manipulation, or something is trying to happen there.
Right,
But he was smart enough to be like, nah, talk to my mama. You
right,
know,
right. Absolutely. But yeah, the industry is happening. It's definitely happening.
it is. And
Um,
Kiki Palmer was talking about that on Shannon Sharp. She was like, when you going in there, it ain't no you could be on a TV show, whatever you doing. It ain't no we gonna have leniency on her because she's a kid. If the whole cast is there for 16 hours, she there for 16 hours too. That's why it's like that's a big man's game. So it's like if that was the field that you were trying to go into and you're not trying to stay independent to where you can control things more in your favor and at the pace that you want to do things, then you just need to know what you're signing up for.
Right. You're right about that. So, if you had to describe this season in 3 words, what would it be?
hmm Um, I would say it was very entertaining, uh, very transparent with each and every guest that we had,
Right.
and very real,
Right. Real, raw, and authentic.
pretty much.
Okay. Well, that leads us to our number one spot. We gonna since we talking about
I already
real,
know.
right?
I know. I
Since we're
already
talking
know who
about
it is.
real, raw, and authentic, that leaves us one guest left. We're gonna
Woo,
close out
child.
season 3 with this next guest.
Okay.
This guest here, I loved everything about it.
Yeah.
The energy, the transparency, the raw, um, just everything. Everything.
Right.
She was just one of those particular guests that I wasn't ready for.
Right.
I wasn't ready for it. But she
Yeah.
got me ready. She got me
Yeah.
ready. That's one thing I can say. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna bring on our most memorable guest of season 3.
Okay.
So how do you explore or express your sexuality in your music and in your photos?
I'm nasty. I'm nasty. I'm a Leo. I'm creative. I'm real
Ah,
nasty.
shit.
I got a real open, creative mind, and I like to express it. So again, that comes with confidence and just you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna be myself and express myself and not give a fuck. So I just think of certain things, my mind go wild, and I write things down, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I wanna show that, and I think about my men because my men are my clientele for the most part, and so like
hmm
they're all my daddies, they're my babies. Like I love all of my followers. I talk to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like I talk to my, like I have a lot of followers, they in my inbox. As long as they're not doing nothing weird or saying nothing weird, I respond to
Right.
everybody. I
Right.
love them because of course like they make me who I am. I'm nothing without them. So I ask them questions, I ask them what they like. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to figure out again what people want and help them get it. That's what they say the wealthy do. I find out what they want, I help them get it, I do what they like, and I turn up. So that makes them, again, draw more attention to me and support me.
What is one of the most empowering sexual experiences you've ever had? And how did it shape your view of intimacy?
I'm real nasty. I'm real
Okay,
nasty.
okay.
I like to spit on the mic, and you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I like to kind of, you know what I mean. I like to do a little something with a lot of spit. I got a big tongue, so I like to play with my tongue. I do this thing, and like it'll drive a man crazy because I go around like the head and the tip with my tongue. So I like if the head right here, and I go all around it while I'm doing it.
You know what?
and then it'd be like that little line right there in the middle of the head. So I'll turn my tongue sideways like this and get all in between there like that.
Oh, so
Nasty.
you,
I'm
I
nasty.
see why you got that name addiction. I'm surprised. I'm surprised mothers ain't start committing suicide around this motherfucker.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I drive them crazy. Oh yeah, I drive them crazy. They come looking for me. I get about 90 missed calls if I ain't answering the phone.
Mm,
Mhm.
Oh my goodness! Shout out to addiction. Okay,
yeah, and
Theory,
I mean, some
go
of the
ahead.
tips that she gave, the women at home, baby, you better get on your job for somebody, when they go outside, they gonna meet an addiction.
Right,
It
I
ain't gonna
swear.
be you.
I swear. One thing I can say about that particular guest there, she, like I said, she was just real, and that's one
Right,
thing I like about it. I love
right.
that. I love that about her. You know,
hmm
that was a true. I think that was a true definition of transparent.
It was, and she wasn't talking so vulgar and nasty or you like this tramp or something like
Right,
that. It was,
right, right,
her personality shined through. It was still playful, and we laughed about it and stuff like that. But she was still being transparent and being real and being, authentic. So
right, right. Yeah, I really enjoyed that episode, and I hope
yeah,
everybody that tuned in today and or going to tune in later on. Hope you guys enjoy it. Um, this was our recap of our end of season 3 episode.
yeah,
So I hope you guys really enjoyed the show or the episodes this
right,
far. I hope you guys continue to give us your love and your support. If you have not subscribed to our podcast, make sure you do so at Situations the Podcast on YouTube, because I can assure you, season 4, we're gonna turn it up a notch. We're gonna turn up
Ooh-wee.
just a little bit to get people locked in and get people tuned in. Um, so I hope you guys are ready. We
Right.
won't be on air next week, but the following week, which is the 29th, I think it is, we come back for that's gonna be the season opener for season 4. Okay. Tiana,
Yes.
any words of encouragement you'd like to give our guests?
I mean, basically, just what we have been reiterating throughout the whole, um, podcast today. Just staying authentic, staying real, staying transparent, doing what you love, putting yourself first, and respecting and loving the people around you. You know what I'm saying? And going out there creating the life that you want to create. Let's go.
Right. I know that's right. Well, everyone, I want to say thank you guys for supporting the show. We ask that you continue to show your love and your support. Once again, I can't stress this enough. Make sure you get over to our YouTube channel at Situation the Podcast. Make sure you turn that notification bell. Make sure you hit that like button, because we cannot do this without you. So,
Right.
in closing, our um our well, I don't have a closing, but we do have a closing. So hold on.
Hello, everyone. I'm JT from Situations the Podcast. Wow, what an incredible journey this has been. As we close out season 3 of Situations the Podcast, I want to take a moment to reflect on the conversations, the growth, and the lessons we've shared. This season has been full of real, raw, and unfiltered discussions. Everything from exploring the dynamics of love and relationships to diving deep into topics like rejection, insecurity, empowerment, and the complexities of human connection. We've tackled tough questions, shared laughs, and maybe even shed a few tears. But this podcast wouldn't be what it is without you, the listeners, the supporters, the situation shapers. Each comment, message, and shared episode means the world to us.
Yes.
You've been the driving force behind every topic we've explored and every guest we've invited. Speaking of guests, I want to thank every single person who joined us this season. Your insights, your stories, and your vulnerability made this season unforgettable. And let's not forget the highlights, like chopping it up with core DJ Q-Ball, diving into the worlds of our model, dancer, and rapper guest, and so many more unforgettable moments. To my team, thank you for making this possible. Your dedication behind the scenes doesn't go unnoticed, and I couldn't do this without you. As we wrap up, I want to remind you that these conversations don't end here. Let's continue to build this community of understanding, respect, and growth. Remember, no matter what situation you're facing, you're not alone. We're all in this together. Season 4 is already in the works, and I promise you it's going to be bigger and better. So stay tuned, stay connected, and stay you. Thank you for rocking with us, for letting us into your hearts and minds, and for being part of this incredible journey. Until next time, keep rising, keep evolving, and remember, every situation has a lesson. This is JT, Kelvin, and Thiana signing off for Season 3 of Situations the Podcast. We'll see you soon.
All right, everybody, there you have it. Once again, I want to say thank you guys for rocking with us. We look
Yes.
forward to seeing you guys next season of our episode, season 4. So once again, get over to our
Yes.
YouTube channel at Situations the Podcast. Make sure you turn that notification bell. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. Once again, we see y'all in season 4. Peace.